Off late, Egypt seems to be unearthing quite a few artifacts and findings, and each one seems to be shining an immense light on some new truths. Not so long ago, a smiling sphinx was uncovered and it has taken over the news. According to archaeologist Mamdouh al-Damadi, the sphinx has a slightly dimpled smile, leaving us to wonder what was the reason behind this smile. Could he have been a jovial king, or was he laughing while his statue was being carved out? Well, that is something we don't know yet. According to quite a few researchers who have looked into the Sphinx, they suspect that it could be a depiction of the fourth emperor Claudius from the Roman era. For those of you who do not know who Claudius is, here's a little bit about him. Claudius, whose full name is Tiberius Claudius Caesar Augustus Germanicus, ruled as an emperor during the Roman era sometime between 41 to 54 AD. He gained massive fame for his efforts toward the expansion of Rome into parts of Britain and the Middle East. Claudius suffered from quite a few physical ailments and was often ridiculed for it. Even his family would pick on these faults of his. In fact, according to ancient historian Suetonius, Claudius has dozed off during a dinner party, and the guests who had attended were encouraged to pelt him with the seeds of dates and olives to wake him up. Though Claudius was an accomplished historian, he entered politics quite late in his life when the Praetorian Guard installed him as emperor. During his youth, he was halted from performing in any political activities. His uncle, Emperor Tiberius, would always be a hindrance to Claudius whenever he tried to politically get involved. In order to keep Claudius away from any major political activities, his uncle would appoint him to low-prestige priesthoods. This went on till 37 AD, following which Claudius's nephew Caligula was asked to reign. Caligula was quite vulnerable and inexperienced and was an overall weak ruler. Caligula appointed Claudius as his co-consul. Claudius was 46 years of age when he was given this post. This also happened to be the first time he was seriously considered in politics. The man also happened to be a huge fan of Roman games and never left his seat during a match. The sports events that he would mostly commonly attend were chariot races and gladiatorial bouts. In addition to all this, he would pay gold pieces to those participants who left the field victorious. The biggest mystery of Claudius is how he died. According to some ancient chroniclers, Claudius consumed a poisonous mushroom that killed him. Claudius had apparently consumed this fungus while having dinner, and his poisoner was named Locusta. Another story about how Claudius died includes the emperor's food taster. The emperor's food taster had delivered the dish to Claudius, but the poison didn't seem to work on him. When it did not work on him, Claudius's doctor shoved the poison down Claudius's throat with the aid of a poison-tipped feather. According to Suetonius, the chance of both stories actually having happened is possible. However, he argues that the poison was not shoved down Claudius's throat, but was actually given to him as a second dose. But the majority of the scholars stated that the ancients knew that Agrippina wanted Claudius dead and wanted her son Nero to ascend the throne. Many believe that she was the mastermind planner who poisoned Claudius. According to some modern historians, Claudius's death could have been an accidental one. They believe that he accidentally consumed an Amanita phalloidin, which is a toxic strain of mushroom that led to the end of his life. Now let's get back to the discovery that was made in Egypt. A short while back, Egypt's Tourism and Antiquities Ministry announced that a Roman-era limestone figure was found. This figure was found while the excavations for the Dendera Temple were taking place. The Dendera Temple is considered to be one of the best preserved temple complexes of ancient Egypt. It is quite a colorful temple, and it was built as a dedication to the cow goddess Hathor, who happens to be one of the most important goddesses of ancient Egypt. This temple is said to tomb a total of 12 chambers. The complex in which the Dendera Temple is found includes the Hathor Temple, the Temple of the Birth of Isis, the Sacred Lake, and a sanatorium. Apart from these establishments, it also includes the Mumisi of Nectanebo II, the Christian Basilica, the Roman Mumisi, the gateways of Domitian and Trajan, the Roman Kiosk, as well as the Bark Shrine. If you're wondering where in Egypt this temple is, it is right next to the Nile River in the Kenna province. This find brings up a really major question. How is this figure related to the Dendera Temple, and if the figure is really a representation of Claudius, how is Claudius and the Dendera Temple related? The Roman Empire, of which Claudius was a part, reigned over ancient Egypt for more than 6 centuries, right from 30 BCE to around 642 CE. However, Claudius never really visited this region, which raises many more questions. However, what we are sure of is the fact that the figure that was found is a sphinx, and that a sphinx is a representation of a person who has a royal blood and one who had immense power back in the day. The features of the figure that was found radiate royalty, and the figurine also has a slight smile accompanied by two dimples. Archaeologist Mamdou Al-Damani is the excavation leader of this project, and he has stated that the figure was said to come with some traces of red and yellow color on the face. The top of the figure's head is covered with a names, which is a traditional striped cloth used as a headdress by ancient Egyptian pharaohs. The tip of this headdress is cobra-shaped, and this is known as a uraeus. This is a symbol of supreme power. Before discovering this figure, the researchers and excavators first found a limestone shrine. The limestone shrine came with 2 levels and steep sloping floors. Inside this establishment, a red brick water storage basin was discovered. This was probably how the water needs of the people staying at this establishment were met. While cleaning out this basin, the figure of the Sphinx was discovered. Right under where the Sphinx was uncovered, a stone slab was present. Under the stone slab, hieroglyphics and various scripts were found. According to hyperallergics Rhea Nayar, no translations have been made yet, but work on translating it is being conducted as we speak. Apart from the various researchers, scholars, archaeologists, and excavators, Life Sciences' Owen Jarris also stated that the best match to the Sphinx's figure was that of Claudius, but there's still a massive amount of research to be conducted to be sure of this. Many other scholars who have hypothesized the same have also expressed their uncertainty. An art historian from Emory University, Eric Varner, has also stated that the photos he received of the Sphinx figure resemble Claudius. He further added, "The photos are a little small for me to confirm if it's Claudius or not, but I can see a Claudian aspect to the image." According to the publication, which includes notes of this basin in which the figure was found, the basin dates back to the Byzantine era, which existed from approximately 395 CE when the Roman Empire was split to around 1453. However, this era was roughly 500 years after Claudius' reign, which brings up quite a few questions. Thus, even if it's found out that this Sphinx figure does not happen to be of Claudius, archaeologists, scholars, researchers, and excavators would not be shocked about this finding. A while back, a Sphinx-like sandstone bust was discovered by researchers. It resembled the Roman Emperor Vespasian. The Roman Emperor Vespasian ruled from 69 CE to 79 CE. During this discovery of the Vespasian figure, another carving was also unearthed. This carving was that of Claudius at the Temple of Isis. This finding was quite a big one, and it was aided by quite a few heavy pieces of equipment, including magnetic and radar scans. The work and research at the Temple of Horus and the Isis Gate are still under work, and the researchers have high hopes of finding a connecting link between these two sites. Do you think the Sphinx figure that was recently unearthed is a depiction of Emperor Claudius? If you do not agree with this, which royalty do you think this could be a depiction of? Moreover, why do you think this figure was made with a smiling facial feature? Bless the comment section with your thoughts. We hope you found this video informative, and we hope to see you back at our channel soon. But before you go, do drop this video a like, click the subscribe button, and hit the bell icon to be in the loop on what's going on here. See you soon!